off on our trip to convention. So I'm actually at the post office mailing some packages before we head out, and then we're going to be heading off to the airport to fly out to Salt Lake City. We're actually flying into Provo because it was way cheaper. We got our round trip airfare for $100. Crazy, right? Flying into Provo, where it would have been, the cheapest I found was like almost $300. So when you're talking 3 people and you're adding $200, makes a huge difference. The car rental was way cheaper there. So a little tip, if you guys are looking into going next year, check out Provo. It's a small airport, so there's not a lot of airlines that go in there. We found Allegiant, which I've never flown before, so we'll see. It's a very budget airline, but it's only an hour and like a few minutes flight for us, so not a big deal. They said like seats had like less cushion, less, like the legroom seemed about the same, they said, as in normal planes, but less cushion. You pay for everything, like you pay to pick a seat. So we paid, I think, $5 or $3 per person. So like our airfare was $95, I think. It was still under $100. And then we pay for, if you want to carry on other than your backpack, a small backpack is okay. If anything past like a backpack or purse, small backpack or purse, you have to pay for, and then checked baggage you pay for. And I'm like, it's like $15 for a carry-on and $25 for a check. So it still wasn't a lot. And because we're used to packing really small, it was totally doable. So that is the start.
I packed small, but then I found a really cute purse. It's not a purse, it's a lunchbox, but it's really cute.
It's very cute.
And it's actually got a lot of space, and then like my phone isn't overheating in there. It's really nice.
It's really cute. So she's going to use that as her purse,
But I
and
still have a backpack.
she has her backpack too. So technically we only paid for one carry-on, and then I'm going to pay for a checked baggage on the way back, which again, if you pick it before your flight, it's cheaper. If you get there, it's like $50. So if you pick it before, it's cheaper. So I need to add that to our return flight, a checked-in baggage, because then it's half the price. So that is what we're up to right now. Just getting ready to finish up here at the post office and head out towards the airport. So we'll keep you posted, sharing with you our Young Living Convention vlog. She looks so excited, huh? She's not excited at all to go. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I love traveling with my husband, and so it's hard not having him come along. But when I think about like the fact that this way he's not using his vacation to sit in a hotel and babysit the kids, he's using his vacation time to spend with the family when we go to Disneyland at Christmas. So I would much rather him use his vacation time for that. So it was, we decided that he would stay home and work and save his vacation for Disneyland, and then I would take the kids and put them in kids camp. So that'll be exciting. I don't know anything about kids camp, so it'll be good to see what it's like. I will be sure to share with you guys the kids' experience when we get back, and what all they did, what all they got, what all they ate, all that good stuff. So hope you guys like this, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, so we are on the plane now. My kiddos are very sad to left daddy. I don't blame him. He's a pretty amazing dad. But we've got about an hour, 20-minute flight, nothing too bad. And then we will arrive there and get our rental car. So we're off on our way there. Yay! Hey guys, so we are finally here, and I did not vlog much more because it went downhill fast from the moment we got off the plane. So last you saw us, we were on the plane, we were heading to Utah, all was good. We arrived in Provo, Utah, and things kind of started to go downhill very quickly from there. So we flew into Provo because the airfare was $100 round trip. I think I'd mentioned this before. And flying into Salt Lake City was going to be about $50 to $100 more per person. So, and we would have to leave from Phoenix to get that rate. So I thought, you know what? We can leave from Tucson. We can fly into Provo. It's a 45-minute drive from Provo to Salt Lake City. There's a budget car rental. We can rent a car. It will be fine. Not a big deal. So that was the plan. Well, went on Priceline, found a good deal for a car rental, and literally called earlier this week and said, hey, this is what's going on. Our flight's arriving at 6. I called the main budget line. Our flight's arriving at 6:08. I see that they close at 7 p.m. and ours was arriving at 6:08. I just want to make sure that in case our flight's delayed or something, there's not an issue, because I see there's no other car rental places open in that area after those hours, and I don't want to get stuck there. Oh, you'll be fine. Let me get your flight number. I'll put it in on the reservation so they know to be watching for you coming, right? And if for some reason your flight is delayed, they will wait for you. This is what they tell me when I called the other day. I'm like, all right, thank you so much. I was really nervous. I'd seen some really bad reviews about budget rental at that location, so I was really nervous, blah, blah, blah. No, you're fine. You're fine. Everything's good. Get off the plane. And literally we actually arrived, and it's a super small airport. Like literally, I think our house is probably bigger than this airport lobby. It was so small. So we arrived, walked in, and there's a counter. There's like a little small counter. Nobody's there. I'm like, they must have stepped away for a little bit. We still have over an hour, because we arrived early before they closed. So we're standing there, and no one's coming around, nothing. I'm like, I'm going to call Budget. So I call their main line, and they're like, yeah, there should be somebody there. There's nobody there. I'm like, no one's here. And it says that. And I'm like, I looked on the main website, like on Google, and it says they closed at 4:30 today. And he's like, well, that's not right. Ours shows 7 o'clock too. So I said, okay, well, look, it's about $50 for me to take an Uber from this location to Salt Lake City. Can you guys just move my reservation to the Salt Lake City Budget? They're open 24 hours. I'll just grab a car there and bring it back to Provo on Monday. Right? Shouldn't be an issue. Okay. It's going to be triple the price. I'm like, triple the price? They're like, yep. Instead of your $215 reservation, it's going to be $600 and some dollars. I was like, oh, heck no. You guys closed early. You guys should be reimbursing me for my Uber ride. Plus, you guys, because you guys closed early and didn't bother even honoring my reservation. Long story short, 2 hours. Our flight was only an hour and some minutes. We spent more time in the freaking lobby or sitting on the stairs, because they don't even have a bench. This airport lobby is so small. Literally sitting on the stairs, talking to Budget. Rude person after rude person. Customers. I'm like, I want to speak to a supervisor. Well, supervisor's going to tell you the same thing. They're going to look at the same computer that I am, and they're going to tell you the same thing. Oh my gosh. Finally, this guy says, fine, I'll get you my supervisor. Puts me on hold for 20 minutes. I hung up. I called back. These poor kids were sitting on the stairs being so patient. Oh. So I called back Budget and finally got somebody who was willing to kind of listen and help. She got a hold of a girl who couldn't get a hold of Budget even at Salt Lake City. They weren't answering their phones. Got a hold of Avis, and Avis was going to agree to honor that same rate, but I would have to drop it off back at Salt Lake City, and I'd have to take an Uber again. So I'm like, that's going to cost me an extra $100, which at this point, I just wanted, like, I was just done. I just wanted to get a vehicle, know we had a vehicle, and get to the hotel room and not have to pay triple the price. Like, that was my goal. I'm like, if I have to pay $100 more at this point, just do it. Like, it's not right, but just do it. So, needless to say, after all of that, we ended up having to freaking call an Uber, take us from Provo to Salt Lake City, stand in line and Budget there forever because there's only one person working, which is crazy. Went up there and he was like, well, our taxes and rates are different, blah, 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 blah. So it's close. It's $266. I'm like, okay, so I'm paying $50 more. I already paid $50 for the Uber, but I can return it to Provo. So I'm like, that's fine. We're good. We're done. I'm done. Like, I'm done. So we got a vehicle. And it was so funny because then it was like, I asked my daughter, I was like, can you put in directions to the Homewood Suites? And she put in directions for Homewood Suites, and it started taking us to the one downtown. I'm like, this isn't right. We're going away from the airport. So then we did a U-turn, decided to go get Chick-fil-A, went and go out to get Chick-fil-A. It was closed. It was in a mall, and it was closed. We're like, what the heck? Then we drove around to find another Chick-fil-A, and it closed 2 minutes before we got there. And I literally was about to start crying because there was the girl standing at the back of the line, like the cars, because they had just closed. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, can I just tell you, Ardain, like, how much we want Chick-fil-A? Like, it's just been such a hard, like, bad day. And I started telling her, she's like, just go, just go. So, needless to say, we love Chick-fil-A. They are amazing. They saved the day. We got our Chick-fil-A, and that rhymed. And we are in our hotel room. It is a wonderful hotel room. They're going to try to, like I said, move us into two queen beds. I'm fine with
Actually,
this.
I have an idea. Isaiah made himself a bed. I'll sleep on the couch, and then I don't know, get a.
No, we're all staying here. She'll have the couch in the living room.
Oh,
So anyways,
you ruined it.
there you go. That's been our day. Didn't do much vlogging because all of that was happening. So we're going to go. We'll catch you guys tomorrow and share more. Bye.